Yeah, okay. Tintandone. The stream went out, okay? Hey, what's up? Yeah, my stream went out. My stream went out. Gomena. Gomena. Mina gomenya. Mina gomenya. My stream went out. Mogo Jowl. Okay. Let's try not to have that happen anymore. Hey, irasai, ohayo gozaimasu. Early ohayo.
Meaning, someone as slippery as Evroth won't be caught by a couple of cops and some stuff they found in some cabin.
Yeah, I'll probably get corrupted at some point, like the vigilance of Standar, with the RCM opening investigation.
We should
into
return
this.
to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation. Sometime later, when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either. Debrief over.
Arigato. Okay. Front Hardy Boys about drug trade. Maybe I should go down there and unlock that thingamabobber first, though.
Thrusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the
Arigato
lever
mato,
up.
yay.
As soon as the metal connects
We
against
pulled
the
the
contact
lever,
pins,
yes.
you hear a loud clunk. Then the water lock starts
Clump
moving.
always got the grr.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Oh no, I probably could go ahead and pawn, I probably could go ahead and pawn those postcards.
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then the next. He thinks. That's the task.
Oh, but that means I can get over here now too, ain't it? Get me some more real. Let's collect us a few more real. Oh, is there something inside? Let's see what's inside. Yeah. I'm really thankful for all these people stashing real around everywhere. It's like a lucky. It's just like everything's just so lucky. Just everybody leaving pots of gold for the leprechaun, leaving pots of real. And we about got enough for another night's rent. Amazing. Got enough. Now we already got enough for another night at the Whirling and Rain. Oh, did we find some music? Smallest church in Sanson. Absolute. Maybe now we can do some karaoke.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player
Yeah.
or portal reel at hand. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad. A pawn shop would have it.
Yeah, a boombox. I gotta make sure to get that old boombox, don't we? Get the damn boombox. So we can settle for the ghost of you. Jamrock Biker Cop Sonnies. So this is like a little communist hideout there. The inverted star, the inverted pentagram is a communist star in this. Oh no, maybe we can go ahead and take a little look on over there. Might find some pop bottles and pop cans. Might find some pop bottles and pop cans. Banged up fuel canister.
A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water. The seawater has already started to corrode the metalworks.
So this is where all. So this is the wrecked vehicle that did all that. So that did all that chaos and mayhem.
It appears to be so.
Let's
I
investigate.
agree. We should definitely investigate.
Suddenly, you're reminded of the lieutenant's kinema and the weird feeling about the fish and the seaweed you had.
Fish and seaweed. I thought this was.
Of course, everything's okay.
Run your hand over the
The
cold
motor
net.
carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it
The
been
ice
here?
hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Well. Looks like Jacob Ear's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Rub your chin. Crazy recklessness. Did you say something? Yet another case of the engine displacement triumphant over the driver's IQ. Enough. This is
Yes,
serious.
quite.
What should
Let's
we
wait for
do?
the low tide
What should
and
we
see
do,
what's
Kim?
inside. I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Let's wait for the low tide. Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede. You gotta watch out for the time, though.
As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent.
Sit on the swing with Kim. Hey, Kim. You enjoying sitting on the swing, Miss Nagatoro? Yeah, good old Kitagawa Marine. Good old Kitagawa Marine. And good old Miss Nagatoro. Yeah, sitting on the swing.
The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high
Drama.
above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
28.
The
Yes.
tune on your lips
Yay.
forms a strange.
I
yet
managed to
undeniably
whistle.
beautiful
28%,
contrast
but I
with
managed to
surrounding
whistle.
bleakness.
I can't whistle. 28% managed to whistle.
The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still
That
looking
healed my
straight
morale
ahead,
from drinking.
He joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
So was your dad also, no. The tide sure is taking... Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour? The tide sure is taking its sweet time.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker, yeah?
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose?
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
But if someone puts a gun to your head... You side with the Union?
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the mark
Detective,
now?
I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
We just wanted to sit on the swing together, Miss Nagatoro and Kitagawa Marine.
Yes. Why haven't you?
I don't know. Was it like a date?
It is
That's
a simple
gay.
and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
Squint your eyes and say, is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Probably, that's probably somebody who stole. Did I wreck my police? Did I wreck my police Capri Canema? I wrecked my own police Capri Canema, didn't I?
A precinct, yes.
Yeah.
A police precinct.
It was me,
Precinct
weren't it?
41.
That's
Your
probably
precinct.
where I lost my gun too, weren't it? That's probably how I lost my gun in some way, and I wrecked my own police issued vehicle.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling
Yeah. Oh
comes over
no.
you. No. Just no. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
Well, the badge, the gun, it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting more and more like a nightmare as time goes on. The badge, the gun, now this.
The lieutenant adjusts his
But
glasses
we can fix
and
it.
doesn't say anything. There is also a fourth thing you've lost. More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
I can
That
still
is
fix
very
this.
unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema. Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, they were probably drunk.
Probably.
Yeah.
Try definitely.
How do we get
Detective,
it
we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
It's sunken too deep. There is no access ramp to the coast.
out? So we're just gonna be there
I'm
like
afraid
that?
it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Well, they're not gonna take
People
me
are
back
more
after that.
valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
Things are going well. We were just whistling merrily.
You can still whistle. Besides,
I
the night
can't
is always
whistle.
darkest before the dawn.
That was a 28% whistle. Yeah, that was a 28% whistle.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Yeah, I think I was the traffic hooligan. Well, now I finally have Esprit de Corps and Visual Calculus. There we go. I already have pretty good suggestion, though, yeah. Well, at least I actually got like a proper police uniform now, at least. I just need me a more professional necktie, though, don't I? And I found my badge, at least. I did find my badge, though. That is something. I don't have my gun, but I found my badge, right?
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my badge.
Something good came out of all these.
Arigato mato. Yatta mina study. Study the
Encased
badge.
between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Look
The
at the
man
photo.
keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. Good choice. A newer photo would look different. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
And plus, I should probably go to the to the Capri Canema and get the watermark for that too. Name Harrier Dubois.
Harrier Dubois. It suits you. I'm going to call
Harrier
you
Dubois.
Harry, since it's short for Harrier.
Harry Dubois.
No, he's not. He's going to keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Harrier Dubois it is then, except... What kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
Accepted,
Pleased to make
Harrier
your
Dubois.
acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Rank. I was a lieutenant.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Is that a second lieutenant?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Yefreighter
Rabbi
is
Wilkins
added to your rank when you decline
said,
a
"Do you
promotion
think
to
Kim
a higher
smells
rank.
good?"
In your case, captain. You have
Probably.
declined twice. Thus your W. Freighter.
Probably. He might.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect.
Yubi ni ratata adipushite steiki sosu yummy. Okotoba desu ka taikutsu desu ka Mikami go senzo sama okage sama yurushite mma.
And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
I thought my rank was drunk. What's a décomptage?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to twos. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Wait, you've been putting up with all my bullshit because I'm your superior?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks, that gives me hope, Kim. Arigato mato, arigato gozaimasu. That really does give me hope.
Good.
Right, turn back to the document.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught
Cereal.
between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure. 4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy.
Yeah.
Of that you are sure.
I remember that time. That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up!
Damn it. Estrogen time. Date of issue. Or precinct, I don't know if
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is... it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like
Meet
you
the
are.
kono
he
body.
thinks. But then again,
Manik the Shohani.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva.
he knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him. Ask yourself. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sort out that shining watermark too there. Oh. Postcard. I'm pretty sure all the postcards are cool to sell, ain't they? Bow knot, oh hell yeah! Let's put that on there. And I can finally get rid of that damn necktie. Yeah. Because I already have... Inland Empire is good. Oh no, we're getting pretty jack of all trades, ain't we? And of course, I mean, Harry
Rabbi
was...
Wilkins said I used to take estrogen until I discovered chocolate Lucky Charms.
Yeah. I'm sure those are pretty sufficient too. You know, and also and like Lucky Charms oatmeal, and before I took estrogen, I took Lucky Charms oatmeal. That Lucky Charms oatmeal is really damn good. Dick Muyen. A dark red. Oh, dark red chair. Maybe if we get out. Maybe if we get out our.
It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here. Right?
Sounds like we need to investigate it.
Investigate the blood red chair. You're going to leave it alone, Harry.
Oh wait, what was that? Oh, go.
Rabbi Wilkins said favorite cereal mascot?
I don't know. They're more than good. They're great. Antonius, El Tigre Antonio. Maybe Frosted Flakes. I don't know. All the cereal mascots. They're all pretty good, alright. They're all a bunch of gay anyway.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bed.
We can sit on benches after we've solved them.
You can revisit the
Yeah, I agree, Kim. Ooh. The Kingdom of Conscience.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense.
I like regular things.
I know you do. These Inter-Estellari pants are like
I'm a very
perfect
regular person.
Compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like that. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal. Makes sense. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
Mr. Reasonable, somebody's got to keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strange.
Gotta sit in the middle.
Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin.
How long am I gonna have that damn
But something
hangover?
tells you.
Daggone.
It's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
It's the
It is
Kingdom
not
of
a
Conscience.
place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances in all of human history. has only been achieved a handful of times. Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed.
You're probably right there,
History's greatest
electrochemistry.
catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability.
What's the kingdom of conscious
The
actually
kingdom
like?
is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe, partly because
Rabbi
humanity will need to
Wilkins
discard many
said
of
the
categories
honeycomb
that
serial
define
creature
and
used to
limit
make
it
me
today.
piss myself.
The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national.
Ain't that, weren't it a bee? Weren't that like some kind of bee? I know Honey Smacks is a frog. Honey Smacks is a frog. Honeycomb mascot. Oh, damn. I remember that. Dang. You just overloaded me with nostalgia there. I'd completely forgot about that. Dang, I remember that now. I remember that.
It's also post-industrial,
Sounds
post-ideological,
incredible.
and even post-sexual. Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Alright then, let's get there
That's
eventually.
right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol.
So I guess I found like the slums. Quick travel unlock. Well, that's good.
Rabbi Wilkins said I repressed it too.
I'd completely forgot about that thing. Now you reminded me that it exists. Well, I'm not going to talk to anybody over here yet because I have a bunch of people over there to talk to. I have a bunch of I still have a bunch of stuff to, you know, get settled over there. Oh, Franco-Nigerian cavalry boots. Dang, absolutely amazing. Let's put them on. Yeah, those look amazing. And put the regular black jeans on. Kind of look all blacked out there a little bit. Now we just need a black hat. But we'll come right back here after we like see Measurehead and a few more things. Rough grouse taxidermy. But I do need to remember to come right. Well, I can fast travel here, so that makes it a lot. That makes it a lot better. Martinez waterfront. Alright, now we can go ahead and unlock all the travel places and
A
everything.
metal
That's good.
payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
I don't know. We'll mess around all of this stuff after we get the stuff over there, kind of more situated and everything.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. The
Touch
cloth,
it.
if you can still call it that, makes a soft it's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the...
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
It might be a clue.
You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jackets?
Yes.
You should still take it.
Yeah, I agree. Filthy jacket.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
But I have to remember I have like a bunch of stuff to get over here after. Man, how this jacket gets so
It's
disgusting.
a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak.
I'm sure we could wash
Are you
it
sure you can
somewhere.
stomach it?
Gonna PC engine by Hudson.
Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed.
Oh,
Why?
that's gross.
Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Oh.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster.
Yeah. Okay, well, we have it in our inventory.
Rabbi
Maybe we can wash it
Wilkins
somewhere.
said on the subject of nostalgia, what was your favorite Cartoon Network show?
I don't know. I didn't have Cartoon Network growing up. You see, what I grew up with was Nickelodeon and Saturday morning Fox cartoons. I grew up with like Rugrats and Rocco's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy. And on Saturday mornings, I would watch Digimon. Yeah, on Saturday mornings.
Novel La Torre said, "Heya."
Hey, irashai, welcome. Okairi, irashai, welcome. Arigato mato. But yeah, on I'm also Rugrats, Rocco's Modern Life, Wild Thornberries, and then on Saturday mornings, it was Digimon. It was Digimon. Good old Arukenimon.
Novel La Torre said, "First run."
Yeah, basically first run. Yep, Arukenimon. I love me some Arukenimon. I think thinking about Arukenimon was the first. Arukenimon was the first thing that I ever ejaculated to. And later on in life, I found out what Arukenimon was based off of, and I became Arukenimon. That's basically just a spider, a Carmen Sandiego. I became the Arukenimon. Basically. It's kind of just like a... Yeah. Yeah, basically first playthrough though, and I have to remember I have a bunch of stuff over here to do too. I'm mostly just, ooh, encyclopedia. I might put those 2 encyclopedia ones on. Ooh, na na na. I know I still have pretty good perception. I'll have to remember to come over here and check out all this stuff later. Or talk to all the NPCs over here. Like after I get in there and see Measurehead and everybody. Well, I do at least have enough money for another night now. Wait, what?
The smell. It's awful.
Probably
and
fish.
Familiar.
Rabbi Wilkins said spell Ado Kitty Mon.
Atto, A-T-T-O, K-I-T-T-I-M-O-N. Huh? Spalato Kittymon. I don't know, I was, Adu Kittymon. Arukenimon. Yes. And then later on you grow up and you find out what Arukenimon means. It's a Japanese Sephiroth Carmen Sandiego. You know? And I just can't help it. Arukenimon was the first thing that I jacked off to. Is that a problem? Is that weird? Am I the weird one? I probably am the weird one. But I can't help it. Hold on, it's probably
Rabbi
fish,
Wilkins
ain't it?
said not the weirdest.
No, I'm sure.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What was the first thing you ever jacked off to? Odukenimon. And then you grow up and realize what Odukenimon's based off of. It's Sephiroth. It's Sephiroth Carmen San Diego, but Japanese. What is it?
Don't you recognize it?
It's rotten fish.
Pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach.
Who would have thought?
Fear.
Who would have thought the person that grew up jacking off to Odukenimon would get into people who are born males covering up in female attire and like penises more than vaginas? It really all makes sense, really, when you think about it. You know, kind of like we found Ohio, it was Ohio all along. You found Ohio all along. All this tainted love you given, I gave you all a boy could give you. Well, I'm trans-identifying. I'm a trans female. But, Kim, what's that smell?
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the
2
tear.
empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter. No,
Rabbi Wilkins
there's more in there.
said beautiful.
Liver strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up.
A tragedy.
But I have my garbage bag. I need to pick them up for a few cents.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell.
Shish kebab revachol. Well, I'm gonna go back. Moonshine, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Mostly just perusing this area right here for stuff to pick up. For right now, I'm gonna come back and talk to everybody later. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of stuff to pick up around here, though. Have a whole bunch of people still left to talk to. But mostly pick up some of this stuff, get a little...
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
What is this
Nothing.
about? Yeah, I agree. Let's... A buoy bobs on the water. It says number... Well... Don't see anything in the... Where's
Rabbi
the patch of reeds?
Wilkins said I was a Sonic weirdo. First thing I jacked off to was an echidna. Grew up and found out they have 4 peckers.
You know, you grow up and find out snakes have 2 penises, and also you find out that female hyenas have clitoris penises. You know, you grow up and find out female hyenas have clitorises that are penises. So, you know, if you have like a female hyena VTuber, then that means she has a penis. And that makes it way better. If only all females could have penises. Yeah, that's gay. we got enough. We got 9+ magnesium. Might as well use a charge of magnesium. Yep, there's a whole lot of stuff to go over through here right now. But we gotta remember, as soon as we like deal with Measurehead and all that stuff over there. Oh, found Peepo. Peepo music. What even is this? That's a hat. So there's one part of the tracksuit down. Now we just got to get the track pants from Kuno.
Said just woke to the terrible news from your country.
Oh, what? Did Trump win? Did he? I genuinely, like, I'll be honest with you, I kind of don't even care. I don't care either way. I don't keep up with the elections. I mean, it's not really my ideal or anything. But
Solano Goncalves said, "Yep, sad face."
Yeah, like it's not really my ideal or anything, but I just try to not think about it, you know. And I have to say, at least we're living in an interesting period in time where we have another president like Grover Cleveland. You know, that's at least interesting. It's at least interesting, if nothing else, that we had another president in over a century that pulled off another Grover Cleveland, 2 non-consecutive terms. It's interesting, at least.
Solano Goncalves said it's best for our health like that.
Yeah. I just try not to pay attention. As long as I still have access to the things that allow me to do what I do, then that's all that really matters. But you know, one side is more, yeah. One side wants to make it a little easier, though, don't they? Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, it's best to just keep on going and not think about it. And as long as everything works out, it works out. And go on with it. Ooh, na na na.
Rabbi Wilkins said Trump did promise to make anime real.
Yeah, well, if he makes anime, if he makes anime girls with if he makes anime cat girls with penises real, then I guess I'm a Republican. If he does that, I don't really care. I'd be I'll be whatever. If he makes anime girls with penises real, I'll be whatever political leaning that whatever. I don't care.
Solano Goncalves said if he does that he can stay for life.
Yeah, exactly. Especially anime cat girls with penises, especially that part. If he does that, I would personally you know, wouldn't mind if he did a Julius Caesar and became a dictator for. Yeah, if he did that, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't care. Anime cat girls with penises. Those are the best kind. Okay. All right. I think we all know you're the type that likes something like that. It don't take a lot of it don't take a lot of it don't take a lot of detective skills to maybe deduce that you're the type of person that's into that. Hey, I got some stuff to pawn off.
Hello.
You know anything about the traffic menace on the loose? I think that was me.
I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
Didn't hear when the traffic menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop, and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
Yet another sign that the end is nigh. It must be destiny that brought me here. Tell me more about these vortexes.
The end? I don't know about that. Seemed more like a sign of a large-scale transformation. Shook the entire shack.
Absolutely shook. The vortex is going to become much bigger. We're all gonna die.
An end implies
I think that was
a
me.
stable
I got
state,
drunk and wrecked.
whereas we can see from experience that everything is in fact always transformed.
But I found my badge. I also
Thus,
found my
there
wrecked
can
car.
be no end.
Still no gun. Still
The
lost my
dark
gun.
always has its counterbalance in light. Neither will prevail.
Do you have
The
any
cycle
recordings of
will
the
continue.
Koldomama Dakwa?
The Koldimamadakwa? Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic
Rabbi
sounds.
Wilkins
Or birds, for
said
that
Baron
matter.
Trump will carry on his hegemony and replace the Supreme Court with Digimon traps.
Well, yeah. I guess, you know. Or like some Felixes. Thanks, my name is Felix. Astolfo or Felix? I don't know. I really dig the military. I really dig Felix's military uniform, you know. But I would rather, I would say this: Felix or Astolfo. I would rather. Here's how I feel about Felix or Astolfo. I would rather Felix.
Always doing what is this alcohol?
Thank you. Arigato.
What is this alcohol?
Arigato. Thank you. Personally, of the Felix or Astolfo, I would rather Felix dressed up as Astolfo. That would be my. I like Felix's face better, but I would just like Felix dressed up in the military uniform. You know, that's my personal preference.
Oh my God!
Arigato mato. Thank you for the follow, Empress Gardens. But yes, and who was that subbed a little bit ago? Dang it! I can't say anyway. A Sumerian dog walked in a bar and said, I can't see a thing, I'll open this one. But yeah, of the Felix and Astolfo, I like Felix's face better. But I would rather Felix be in the military uniform. The paladin uniform, yeah. I'd rather Felix be in the paladin uniform. I've been thinking of quitting the RCM and becoming a cryptozoologist, you know, Appalachian cryptozoologist.
How interesting. Well, it's been a long while since I've
Goldo
gone hunting for the
Mamadakwa.
Goldo Mamadakwa. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. This was before, you know, lost touch with them after all of that.
That sounds so cool. Get to the point. Do you have any recordings?
I'm not sure. I wasn't even sure about our old recordings, which I no longer have. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for. Would you like to hear?
Yeah.
Do we really have time for this?
Spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest, breathing is becoming difficult.
Am I gonna die of a heart attack again from listening to birds? Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna die of a heart attack again from listening to birds.
Not good, not good. You're about to start suffocating. You have to stop this. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you.
I only have one of those
It
nosefeds
feels
left.
as though someone is standing just outside of your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you.
Becca, our one disco groovy Becca.
He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums.
Gulls and skewers. But shh.
That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper. A low range of
Call it a
sounds
mamadakwa.
is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues. Then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
Adentro enloquecer, bandolera, recuerda la tembladera.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the cold Mamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating,
The
aren't
Col
they?
de Mamadakwa.
Early morning
Is that really
sounds.
worth? Well, I mean, would that be worth a? Like I'm kind of like wanting to round out some of these ones, like this, you know. So I don't know if that's a. I don't. This ain't really the game where you need to. This ain't really a type of game where you need to min max, like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 or anything like that. Si me obtienen, that is the boy. But some of these like were, I kinda min max psyche and motorics a little bit, but You know, maybe put a point into some of these, or endurance. I mean, I capped endurance out at 4, or endurance is capped at 5, even though I only have 1 physique. And rhetoric is capped at 5, even though I only have 1 physique too. Se me obtienen that is a boy. Pain threshold. Don't take the don't let the world kill you. Yeah, I've been dying of heart attacks quite a bit. Pa tu drama. Si tú no estás. Well, I've not hit another level up anyway, so. Oh yeah, and by the way, I think I have a few
Sure.
few things to
Let me
sell
have a
you.
look.
I have a fascinating photo of a corpse
Oh,
here.
no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No photic paths, counter-radiance network, anti-magnetism. It's anything else you're thinking of selling?
Not the empty cassette case. May need that, but I'm pretty sure all the postcards are good to sell. But everything else, should probably wait and see if it's used for any sort of, anything else you should definitely wait and see if it's used for any sort of, dialogue option or anything. That's why I need a one dance, got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. I don't know. I did like a quick little search of the things that are safe to sell, and like, especially like if you've played any sort of anything like that, like the first or second Baldur's Gate or Planescape Torment, where every little like thing that you pick up can possibly have some sort of meaning. I don't want to really like sell anything unless I know that it's something even like remotely useful. I did a quick little search about the stuff safe to sell, and it said the postcards were. And that's about the only thing. Yeah. I'd really like to sell that damn used gas can at some point, though.
Another time, perhaps.
30. Yeah, 30. 30, yeah. I need a one dance, got Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Do we got any more checks that we can redo?
Coming back. That's good,
Dynamic
officer.
windbreaker.
Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy. Everything's still cool. The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Can we do a better conceptualization check? I don't know, get completely naked and see what we're working with once we're completely naked. Well, except for my trash bag. Wait, damn it, where's my bag? Where's my trash bag? There we go. Now, what sort of stats are we working with when I'm completely butt-ass naked? Inland Empire. Authority, suggestion. I don't know. Do a little bit of a jaunt, do a little bit of a runner over there, and sell all it. Well, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Maybe I should get to the
Looking for something?
maybe I should get past Measurehead. I've researched the critical race theory. Okay. Oh wait, no, Joyce. Let's get to Joyce. Let's get down there to Joyce first. Oh, what, damn it. And I'm like really highly...
Right.
She gives you a
Her husband's probably somewhere over on the waterfront somewhere. And I'm like really highly wanting to like... I can't remember.
just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Conceptualization. Let's just put on all the stuff that give me conceptualization. There we go. Run around butt-ass naked most of the time. And whenever a check comes up, then just put on everything that does that. Have any more conceptualization? That visual calculus might help quite a bit there. I need a one dance, got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go.
Just an ordinary wall.
Don't
Nothing to
help
see
whatsoever. Well, policia, abranno, policia. I may be naked, but I need all your pop cans, and I need all your plastic bottles and pop cans. Abranno, policia. And I may be a little bit drunk and hungover. Yurishite, gomine, gomine.
You're back.
And I'm
Good.
naked.
What can I help you with?
Show her your badge. I found my badge, by the way.
I love
Got
you
my
did.
badge. And I'm naked. I have my badge, but I'm naked.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification.
A man,
The situation
yes,
is
one
precarious.
of high, very high qualifications. I'm standing here butt-ass naked with a hangover, but I got my badge, though. So, very highly qualified.
What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
Fair guess, the probe
I
will be
am
done.
glad to hear that. Because let me tell you, we are in
Joyce,
dire
monsieur.
waters. The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word
Arigato,
to that
madame.
effect. What have you discovered?
Eh? Get logic. Where exactly are those eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
The lieutenant
we'll
is
try.
about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
Yes, I should
Exactly.
decide.
But what?
There'll be an investigation. That's, we turned up quite a few interesting things, actually.
Ah, good to hear. I wouldn't want to pry into a confidential police matter, but in the event you'd like to share more, I would like to know who it was.
Yes. All ears.
Stay them.
That's how she operates.
Said my balls itch.
Irasai. Mine don't right now. You know. I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go.
Be very careful what information you're gonna share with her.
I saw a really advanced radio system with a lot of
That
stations
speaks
there.
of the vastness and sophistication of the operation. Were you able to examine the radio? Taking it out of commission will deal a blow to the smuggling network. Excellent work.
Came upon a few hidden maps illustrating the range of the smuggling network.
First-rate find. That should tell you all you need to know about their network, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're spread all over Jamrock and beyond. I couldn't even identify the exact endpoint.
So this goes beyond Jamrock. At least you now understand the gravity of the situation.
It's a she,
and those
by
maps
the
should
way.
prove very valuable indeed.
It's a she, by the way. How am I supposed to know the gender of this horse? How dare you? Apologize to Marco. It's a she, by the way.
Clever. If you suspect a woman in this sort of skullduggery, good
Maybe
move
it's
on their
her.
part. A runaway. Good work. This is a tangible lead towards solving the whole mystery.
She's a fan of vintage movie stars.
We contain multitudes, do we not? It might not be pertinent to her profession, but who knows? It may help you find her yet.
She means you know her closer now. In some way, you know her soul a bit.
Found research about something called Ulan frequencies.
High-intensity microwave frequencies. They're used for navigational purposes, to compress the inter-eastlery space. They may use it to communicate with incoming freighters.
Let's be honest. You have no idea what that meant.
No, I don't.
Inter-Eastlery microwave compression. Moving on.
It's possible there's even a connection to La Puta Madre.
What is La Puta Madre?
What is La Puta Madre? La Puta Madre? A seriously bad
Well,
guy.
he sounds very dangerous.
Puta madre.
I urge you to take care, officer. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Not with what's coming.
I've told you what I've found. Now it's your turn.
I appreciate you placing your trust in me. Thank you again for looking into this matter. You have my gratitude, and the gratitude of Wild Pines Group. Now, per our original agreement, it's time for me to share company secrets with you. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
Tell me again, how are the lynch and the strike connected?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me.
A momentary
in that moment,
lapse
they elected
of
to
judgment.
deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
You did a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez.
Orangino.
They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me.
Dutch mercenaries.
To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night. Nothing.
All right, there we have
Mr.
a lot
Clare
to go
refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there.
Well, I'm
the
sure
remaining 2 Crenel
after
contractors carry out
the
their
race
orders
theory
for
stuff,
now.
I'm sure Measurehead can
It's a
get in there.
smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
I have to say, this is not disco. This is not our one disco groovy Becca.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect
One time disco,
before the
bet you it's
mercenaries
Nabisco, bet you it's
indiscriminately pick
Jalisco,
theirs.
bet you didn't
Simply
know.
put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
See, Kim, this is a great bloodletting, I've been telling you. I think the confrontation is inevitable.
Too many things have already gone wrong.
Maybe, Joyce.
Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Clened?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors. Supramundi, Yesut.
Sounds like the Colonel went a little
Countries
native.
that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. I wouldn't go as far as to use that term, detective.
Anything else
Sadly,
you got on him?
no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCN. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Could you contact the company? Tell them who to call?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman?
He didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Kudo don't care. Who did the passing on then?
That the man was
Rabbi
killed
Wilkins
because he assaulted a local
said
woman.
ICP insane
I've
clown
asked around
posse.
a bit.
Yeah,
This
that's
seems
what
to
I
be
was
the
thinking
accepted
too.
Story around Martinez.
Orion
The
Bynum
lieutenant consults his
said you
notebook,
look like a
his
pirate.
eyebrows
It's
knitted
really
in
cool. Why?
concentration.
Yeah, the trans pirates of Ottoman Ragusa, the trans pirates of 16th and 17th century Ottoman Ragusa. Not Pirates of the Caribbean, the trans pirates of 16th and 17th century Ottoman Ragusa.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman.
Irasai.
Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
The one who was hanged, did you know
If you
him?
mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was?
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad
Orion
sign
Bynum
if there ever was one.
said didn't know that was a thing, haha.
Yeah, the Ottoman corsairs were quite infamous in like the 16th and 17th century. Well, in the 15th century. Well, the 16th and 17th century, the Ottoman corsairs were infamous. They even sailed up into Iceland and raided for slaves. In Iceland. Those Ottoman corsairs, there were a lot of those. If anything, it's probably where a lot of the European pirates got. It's probably where a lot of the. It's probably where a lot of the other sort of like English and French and pirates and stuff like. It's probably where they got a lot of their ideas from. Those Ottoman corsairs were infamous in the Mediterranean. Piri Reis. Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the
close
man's
Orion
face.
Bynum
Then
said
shakes
pretty
her head.
cool.
Yeah, the Ottoman pirates.
I can't remember.
That's all right, man. Anything else? National.
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which.
40.
He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining 2 mercs now?
Gone to ground, as it were.
Said I will admit, I am not American, so at first I thought your accent was a bit to fit the character. End up just being real-life fancy speak.
Well, it's definitely not fancy speak. I'm from Appalachia. Yeah. I just have a weird accent. I'm from Appalachia. I just have a weird accent.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Well, I wouldn't really call it... If you really want to get technical, it's not weird. It's actually kind of like a fossil accent from several centuries ago that survived through isolation. So really, all the other ones are weird. Anyway, that's a whole can of worms. Anyway, it's more like a fossil accent.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Vigilantes. The RCM gets its authority from the Coalition. Where do theirs come from? We're all just playing characters here. It's role-playing problems.
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down.
We still need to know where they are. We'll confront...
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens,
Oh,
I'll be in a
come
better
on.
position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
This is so embarrassing. You have no idea. There's something wrong with your brain. Luckily, the lieutenant...
Ma'am, with all due respect, I've been around
Orion
Martinez,
Vinum.
and there's a giant hulk of
Said
man
so you sound
in
like
fitting
what an
clothes
old
and
American
armor
vampire
gates.
would be more
Mr.
likely
Right
to
to
sound
work.
like. How
His
is that
heart
not
really
fancy?
isn't in it.
Probably. I mean, I guess, I sure wouldn't call it as fancy. It would be more considered, like, really backwards and, archaic. Yeah. Technically, if you want to get technical, we're probably closer to what British people sounded like about 300 or 400 years ago. Us, like, us and a few other East Coast accents are probably closer to what British people sounded like 3 to 4 centuries ago. You know, the general American, the standard American accent is based off of Midwest, you know, which is relatively recent.
Not a terribly good actor, that one. Still.
It's more backwards and hick than anything.
And the other one, the pole, must be in one of the 4-story buildings overlooking the roundabout. She was reporting back to you while we were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Few other old-timey East Coast accents surviving here and there are more of a reflection of what the British sounded like 300 or 400 years ago.
That would afford a good vantage point. Still, I hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
You know, like a lot of those New England accents, they're pretty twangy too. There's all kinds of little pockets of weird accents from, you know, from back in the day, from centuries ago. Pretty muy interesante. How much time do we have?
Until the executions start. Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob.
Well, I'm probably not going to make too good a progress. EP Peepo's Epo. I've been streaming longer than an hour. Like I think I'm on Streamlabs. It says I've been streaming for a little under 2 hours.
Orium Vinum said, well, I am Brazilian, so to my uncultured mind of American things it just sounds fancier than the English I generally hear. I am untouched by your context. But I guess I get it.
Yeah. Mostly archaic, you know. But yeah. You know, that usually is what non-native English speakers say, but you know, there's a lot of context with some of them archaic accents there.
Said it just sounds stretched and emphasized like the Bahian accent.
Well, those sorts of accents like that have a long history stretching back too, you know. Just like how there's places in Brazil that trace their history all the way back to the original Portuguese colonists. There's not everybody in the United States is like first or second generation right off the boat, you know, or like their grandparents. Some of us are like those are descended from like those people that have been here for centuries too. Just like some of those like first waves of Portuguese colonists, you know. Some of us are about like that too. Not all of us are like second, third generation. I'd say this: it's more common to find people who have been here, like who have family history stretching back for centuries. It's more common to find that like in more rural areas, whereas you go to like the really big cities.
Said makes sense.
Yeah, whereas like when you go to the big cities, you'll find a lot more of like first, second, and third generation Americans, mostly in like a lot of that in the big cities. Like the Midwest has a lot of like German and Scandinavian and stuff like that. The South has a lot of Scots-Irish. The East Coast, not in the big cities. The big cities are like a lot of Italians and Irish from like a few generations ago, and then the rest of the East Coast is like New England and stuff like that. You'll have a lot of like people from like the earlier English colony days. And like with us, you know, a lot of Southern people are like Scots-Irish from several centuries ago too, you know, from the colonial days. On the East Coast and the South, you'll have a lot more people descended from the colonial days. Let's just put it like that. Not in the big, in the East Coast and the South, not in the big cities. You'll have a lot more people descended from around colonial days. Before the United States existed, but when it was still a colony. Kind of like how in Latin American countries there were massive waves of Italian immigrants in places like Brazil and Argentina too, you know. there were massive waves of different sorts of immigrants. You know, there's, yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't. Well, I mean, I'm not an expert on the U.S. history there. I'm definitely not an expert enough to talk about like the Latin American immigrant waves. But you know, I know there's a lot of different immigrant waves during different time periods in Latin American countries too. From different places at different time periods.
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
Said Bahian accent is kinda like that. The accents of the northeast Brazil are said to be more like old Portuguese than even the Portuguese spoken in Portugal now.
Yeah, that...
DOS 205. Said I'm at day 5.
Yeah. That is very interesting. That right there is very interesting. Just like... Well, yeah. Yeah. Interesting thing to think about. It's kind of like, It's not...
Vinum. Said and you right, Brazil receive a lot of Germans, Italians, Polish and more especially on the southeast and south, but not very the northeast, who stayed quite Portuguese.
Yeah. The south of Brazil has a lot more like European multicultural European sort of flair to it. But yeah, basically the north of Brazil is more like the south of the United States. I think that's more or less what you could get there. That's like a very simple way to sum it up. The north of Brazil is more like the south of the U.S. The north in the U.S. got way more waves of immigrants got way more recent waves of immigrants, way more industrialized, way more waves of immigrants from different time periods settled in the big cities in the north. You know, whereas the main population base of the south just stayed like the Scots-Irish descended people and the black people. But yeah, that's mostly what the South stayed. Brazil is a very interesting country. I am very interested in Brazil. It's kind of like the United States but flipped upside down. That's basically what Brazil is. The more I started learning about Brazil over the years, the more and more I became interested in it.
Orium Vinum. Said some cities in the South Brazil straight up just look German, the architecture and stuff. Also, yeah. I think it's the only region of Brazil where white people are the majority.
Yeah. But Brazil is very interesting. The more you read about it, the more it kind of starts sounding like a flipped upside down United States.
Said I am impressed about how much you know.
I don't really know much. Bailao.
5 days.
5 days.
More. Maybe sooner.
5 days. In 5 days, there's going to be the apocalypse.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Oh no. We're going to die in 5 days.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, man, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
And then you have the West Coast, which is a whole different beast from anything in the from anything in the East Coast and the South. The West Coast is a completely different beast entirely. It's almost like a different country.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now, can you tell me about these tattoos? Can you tell me about these tatuages?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a frigate not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
We'll be counting stars.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like blooms in a pattern.
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
Sounds cool, like some pirates or something. What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse.
The times have changed. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Preto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Preto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnese Islands, then this. Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Islary Age.
The Imperial Age, the post-Imperial Age.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
In Martinez, looking into Krenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside, there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
This man is no Bluto of mine, but this is his service history.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade. Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out...
We will be careful, ma'am.
Is there anything else
Let's
I can
offer
help
the
you with?
tatouage in.
More lessons in basic reality?
Conceptualization
My
still
favourite part of the day.
impossible.
Glad to have been of assistance.
I can't conceptualize nothing. Oh wait, oh wait.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Cool.
So
I'm not cool.
from a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do.
Compeki
They
Kukikino
squint at
Idol.
lights, and they solve shit.
Actually, now that I hear superstar and law official in a sentence, they sound weird together. Yeah, that's me. H-I-O-R-I-B-I-O-R-I-A-I. That's me. Been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah.
Said, is you hairy
you
naked?
have. You're a big dick cop.
Yeah.
Dick Mullen.
My Harry is
Salam Rocky
naked.
Baye, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede.
I probably should have put some clothes on
Here we
before
go.
talking to her. I
Camera.
might could have.
Lights.
I might could have not failed that check. Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around.
Yeah, I probably should have not been naked when I talked to her. But we're getting outfitted with better gear now. That don't. With fewer negative side effects, even though you always look like a daggone clown anyway. ICBOYBBNO $. That's me. Dang, I got 6 uses of that psychoholidon. I'm gonna have to remember. I have quite a few. Got quite a few substances left to use there, but I mean the psychoholidon. I have quite a bit of that, but at the same time, all these are pretty good with the psyche. What I need is something that gets intelligence up there. ICBOYBBNO $. HIORIBIORIAI.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Well, I guess time to go ahead and talk to Measurehead. Oh no, what about those track pants? What does Kuno's track pants, what do they can I go ahead and get those off of Kuno? Should I buy them from Kuno? Should I?
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed them.
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us directions to the yard. Well, you did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene. What do you see?
A Kunoese or Kuno?
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
I think I'm gonna get
Here,
those off
Nick,
of you.
We're falling now. Performance buddies?
Yeah, performance
Kuno,
buddies.
You soaring through the air like a fucking eagle. Pig's in Kuno's debt now. Money debt.
And actually, I think I might unlock another one of these. And maybe a Coldo Mama d'Aqua. Cop of the Apocalypse.
Kuno doesn't.
Yeah, we know, Kuno. We know you don't care. Alright, the tracksuit is coming together. It's all coming together. The tracksuit is all coming together. I know I could kind of put that on underneath there and get that physical instrument, so... 3 logic. Oh, the drama's pretty good. Patu drama. Maybe that was a good choice, maybe not. Yeah, he still ain't talking, is he? Well, there.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade. I've talked to Joyce. The merc you hanged, his friends are coming for you.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade.
Really?
This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and...
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the...
The thought forms in your head, like a lightning. No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
No, do the honor. You've earned it.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade, because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off of poisoning your own people. There's still plenty of, in fact, I have some in my bloodstream right now.
No, there aren't. Some little shit and his dad are doing speed. Who fucking who? Stuff's probably from Jamrock.
Little shit. That's Kuno in the yard.
Yeah,
Whatever
and I
you've
think I
seen
got that.
is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man. The place is a paradise. And all thanks to Hardy Boys.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to
How
your
dare you.
drug accusation
Apologize to
How
Marco.
dare you.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy Boys here.
My
It's a
answer
she.
is fuck off.
Are you supposed to know
Mind
the
your
gender
own
of this
business.
horse?
There is no 8th Hardy.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I know! Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints.
Despite everything, the little man is quick on his feet.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
The Merc you hanged, his friends are coming for
Yeah.
him.
By friends, you mean his squad mates from Crenell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Oh no, they're a paramilitary organization.
Yeah.
A well-oiled northern machine.
The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Will they pierce ceramic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
See what? That they don't?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal. So are the local gangs, the fucking Barmy army, and the Madre scum. You've been out there.
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals with decades of combat experience. They are not a gang or a Barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think. Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you
Conclude
mean?
with a shrug.
Okay.
I mean, okay, they're gonna wipe you the F out, Titus. I mean, you got the numbers, no. I mean...
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
He really doesn't like you ruffling their feathers like that on what might be the eve of battle.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
The Hardy Boys.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you waiting?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Well, I do have to say, I've been going about, what, yeah. It's about time for me to get off here. EP Peepo is Epo, EP Peepo is sleepy. Arigato gozaimasu. I guess I'll be back on here with Dick Mullen, trying to finish this game up in another day or so. Arigato mato. I'm tired. Arigato mato.